So a couple weeks ago I made a video about a movie that apparently just defined like everyone's childhood, for better or worse. My Babysitter's a Vampire. And you know, it's one of those movies where after it's over you just kind of sit there like, huh? But did you know that that movie was so popular, they made a TV show out of it? Yeah, like almost immediately after the movie came out, some studio executive was just like, you know what this world needs? 26 more of this. And so, as my final quasi kinda sorta Halloween related video this year, I thought I would take a look at My Babysitter's a Vampire, the series, and see what kind of wacky adventures we're gonna get this time with Sarah, Ethan, Benny, Erica, and whoever this kid is.
Okay, that's it. You know, I saw the video you made about the movie, and may I just say, my character's name was Rory, thank you very much, and what do you mean I look like Rick Moranis?
TV superstar Cameron Kennedy?
And now you're doing the TV show too, huh? Well, let's just see about that.
Yeah, so today, with the help of Cameron Kennedy, aka Ronald,
Rory!
Let's check the show out. Now, starting off here, just to recap the movie a little bit, Benny can use magic, Ethan can see the future or whatever, Erica and Rory are vampires, and Sarah is mostly a vampire, so yeah, whatever, anyway.
Think about it, dude. Anything we want. Cash, cars, candy.
So you only use magic spells for stuff that starts with C?
Once we were lowly high school noobs. Now we're vampire-killing, spellcasting rock stars. The world is our oyster.
You know, back when I was a kid, I always had these fantasies about, like, if I had magic powers, I'd give myself every Nintendo game, or like, whatever, right? But all I can think of now is just, like, some socks and maybe a little self-esteem might be nice. So Ethan and Benny talk about, like, whatever, who cares? And then Benny sees the girl of his dreams, Della, who, as you may have guessed, not really in the best mood right now. Seeing this, Benny conjures up some magic flowers and goes to find out what's wrong.
Awesome news. Della's dog died.
And that's good news?
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Now, the reason this is good news, at least to Benny, is now he has a way to emotionally manipulate a girl who's very vulnerable at the moment, so, you know, just typical boy stuff.
She said she loved my flowers, and then she said she'd do anything to bring her dog back. What if somebody magically brought her dog back? Can you imagine how grateful she'd be?
Now, the catch is that, shockingly, Benny doesn't really know how to bring a dog back to life. And his grandma, who can also use magic, by the way, isn't gonna tell him. But I mean, come on, let's be honest here. Does Benny really look like the kind of guy who thinks before he does anything? Or, like, thinks at all?
You don't even know how to do it.
No, but I do know where to find the answers. Grandma's secret shelf.
No, stop, trust me. You don't want to go look into Grandma's secret nothing, all right? Unless you really want to know why she's doing perfectly fine after Grandpa died. But anyway, so later that day, Benny steals a couple potions from his grandma, and thanks to Ethan's vision powers, finds out which one can bring things back to life. So he rides off to do whatever he's gonna do, and right then, Ethan gets a little surprise visit from a certain someone.
Boo! Ah! Don't do that! I was working on my ninja skills. Check out my new card.
What's that mean?
Rory, vampire, ninja.
Vampire ninja, huh?
Hey, what do you want from me? They hooked me up to a freaking zip line so I could fly. Well, whatever, keep watching.
Now that night, Benny sneaks over to Della's house and finds where the dog is buried and starts pouring that lip gloss just all over the place. While he's doing this, Ethan rushes over to stop him, but it's already too late. So all they can do now is just sit and wait to see if anything cool happens, I guess.
Do you hear that?
No way. That is the sweet sound of Benny scoring a date with Della.
You know, trying to get a girl you like to like you back in high school was tough enough already, okay? Especially with that haircut. But I don't know, I mean, just if you have to steal a magic potion and bring a dog back to life just to get the girl you like to notice you, I mean, maybe you should pick a different girl, you know what I'm saying? And like, how would that conversation even go? Hey, so, you know how your dog died recently? Well, I brought it back to life for you, so maybe we could see a movie sometime? Huh. Well, I have no follow-up questions about this. Sure, let's go. Anyway, so Puffles the dog is back, and Benny goes to show Della, and what could possibly go wrong here?
When she sees Puffles, she will be all over me. Wish me luck.
Just tell me, what are you and Dumb are you up to this time?
What? Nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Puffles! What are you doing? Puffles, what's wrong with you?
Now, just to speed things up a little bit, the potion that Benny used drained out into the ground, and now Della's dog and pretty much every animal in town are like these evil zombie demon things or whatever. And guess who's maybe just like a little bit not too thrilled about all this?
First, we brew enough anti-potion to douse all those demon critters you created.
All I did was spill a few drops where the dog was buried.
A few drops is far too much. You reanimated the bodies, but the souls had moved on. And a body with no soul is a demon's playground.
You know, Demon's Playground sounds like the name of the third best band you would hear at, like, Applebee's. So the plan is to use Benny's grandma's magic flute to lure the animals out somewhere, and then use the anti-potion on them to reverse the spell. But Ethan's family's having dinner with Della's family that night, which somehow takes precedence over demon zombies? And then, for whatever reason, Benny has to stay and make the anti-potion, so...
Tonight's my dad's dinner with his new client. Mom will kill me if I miss it.
Well, if he can't do it, and I can't do it, then who's gonna play the stupid magic flute?
Me, that's who. Come on, I'm basically the most important character in this whole show, if you really think about it. I mean, without me, the whole thing just falls apart. Anyone else here think that Rory should have his own solo film? Because, I mean, if you do, I just so happen to have a script right here ready to go, in case anyone...
So just long story short here, Rory's job is to play the flute and lure the animals. But of course, wouldn't you know, he comes up with a great idea to just make everything worse.
Rory, what'd you do? How come I can still hear the music?
I had an inspiration. Why shred my primo lips when I could just record the tune and play it back on a loop?
So where's the player?
Kind of dropped it down the chimney.
What? Chimney?
I know a way to get it back. When Santa comes...
Rory, shut up. You know the rules about plans involving Santa.
But yeah, so pretty quick here, the kitchen fills up with demon animals, and once again, Ethan, Benny, and Sarah have to team up to save the day, this time with super soakers full of magic potion juice. And things look like they're going pretty good, until this happens.
Goodbye, Puffle.
Ew, his collar!
Sarah, I'm gonna need this sauce right now, okay?
Mom, wait.
Go, I've got it, all right? Go.
What is that you? Oh, Puffles?
Yeah, that's him.
Hold on. What? I mean, this is pretty messed up for a kid's show if you think about it. Like, the joke is that they make this girl think they ground her dog into pasta sauce? Boy, that's a boy, you know, Canadian TV sure is something, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you have to remember, it's not actually a Disney Channel show. I mean, you should see what they made us cut out.
And then the episode ends with Della just mentally shattered and Benny over here wondering, how come girls don't want to go out with me?
Speaking of which, have you talked to Della?
Our courtship is on hold. At least until she gets out of counseling.
Yeah, so I thought the movie was weird, but the TV show is just, I mean, it feels like one of those dreams you have when you take a little too much melatonin, you know? Like this last part of the episode here. I don't know if it's like the way it's filmed or edited or both, but it's almost impossible to follow what's happening. Did it feel like that when you guys were making it?
I think there were a couple times after filming where you start to think of potential plot holes, but in an imaginary world of vampires and werewolves, you know, anything can happen, and I'm impressed with the adventures that the writers were able to put me on.
Well, whatever the case, I mean, the franchise had a pretty big following when it was on, so, you know, people like what they like, I guess. So do you have any, like, funny or just, you know, stories about, I don't know, working on the show or being famous or whatever?
Yeah, it was pretty cool to meet some of our fans. I think the best story would have been when we were at Canada's Wonderland, and that's a theme park for anyone who hasn't been to Canada's Wonderland. And so there was a bunch of people that were there, and I was with Atticus, who plays Benny. There was some girls that noticed us and came up and were really excited to take a photo. And this was the first time I had been recognized, so I was pretty excited. So when they came to take the photo, they pulled out their phone and then they handed it to me and asked me to take the photo of them and Atticus or Benny. That's when I realized that no, I hadn't in fact been recognized. It was only the cooler kid of the group. And it was only until after I took the photo and I handed back the phone that they went, wait, you're also on the show. And it didn't help that all of my friends, I had a couple friends there with me, and they got a solid laugh out of me thinking I was famous, but no, I wasn't. Well, that's it from me. I'll let you get back to your regularly scheduled videos that don't incorporate Rory. Thanks a lot for having me on. Thanks to all of the fans that made sure to call out my name in the previous video. All of the compliments there. Shout out to Sophia for sending me the actual original movie video. That was very funny to watch. And thanks a lot for having me on. And if you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, feel free. I'm not as funny online as I was in the show, but that's mainly because I don't have a writer telling me what to say. It's @CamCamKennedy on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, so big thank you to Cameron for doing this. I mean, you know, as someone who kind of jokes about and pokes fun at like movies and TV shows and stuff, it's very surreal for me at least to have like someone who was in the show that I was talking about like reach out to me and kind of respond to the video. I don't know, it's like, you know, kind of I made a video about the movie and then Cameron reached out and we kind of decided to work on the TV show. It's such a weird, I can't really explain it very well, but it's a very surreal feeling to have it done there. But I want to give a big thank you to Cameron. Also a big thank you to Sophie, who is Cameron's friend that shared my first video with him and kind of got this whole ball rolling or whatever, so thank you to Sophie. But yeah, give Cameron a follow on Twitter, say hi, tell him that you liked the video or whatever. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to ring that bell so you don't miss any videos from me. Follow my dog Charlie on Instagram, Charlie Meets Pumpkin. Follow me on Twitter as well. Let me know what videos I should do next or what movie or TV show you want me to check out or just say hi, that's fine too. And above all else, everybody have a great day and I'll see you all next time.